So for busy, like high performers especially, it's definitely the perfectionism mindset. They do most things in their life with such a standard and often a little bit of an obsession. Like there's a little bit of an obsession that drives somebody to be a high performer and a high achiever and set goals. That if anything in life can't be done to a certain standard, it's kind of viewed as not worth doing. So usually these people do not want to hear like, hey, meal prepping doesn't have to be perfect. Like, try to make one meal of the day healthy, even if the others aren't. They're like, no, like, it either all needs to be perfect or like, I'm not going to meal prep. Like, I'm not going to, like, track anything. Like, I'm not going to pay attention to that. Or on the workout front, it's like, well, if I can't work out 5 days a week, then I'm just going to not work out until like after the busy season because they can't wrap their mind around the fact that like a 20-minute body weight only workout in the living room also counts and does something good for them. And I think that if we could reframe this, everything needs to be perfect and done at 100%, they could actually be a lot healthier because that's not what the body requires. The body is all about homeostasis and balance. Every little bit counts. A 5-minute walk changes your physiology. Your heart rate increases, your blood flow increases, the circulation to your brain, your extremities increases. It takes very little amounts of things and very like low doses for your body to respond and benefit. And so you don't need to be setting the bar so high that you're not going to participate in health behaviors unless you can make it another full-time job for yourself.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this was me. This was me over the past few weeks, right? I struggled with this, even though I know that, yeah, the all or nothing mindset doesn't work. I'm learning how to be an imperfectionist. And I didn't even realize that's what I was doing, right? I was actually looking down on home workouts, even though
Yeah.
I know for sure that every little bit counts, right? It's a compound effect. It's not me going ham in the gym for a week that's going to change my life. it's
Facts.
it's a consistent thing, right? And I'm glad that because like when I traveled over this past few weeks, I think I did maybe 3.5 home workouts over 2 weeks. And for my mind, that is like I have failed. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. What is home workouts? I even hate home workouts. Blah blah. Meanwhile, one of the reason why one of them is half is because I couldn't get through the whole of it. Like it was actually intense. I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is whooping my butt. And it's just this
Nice.
like some. I think some of it is even wrapped around our identity, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at me. I did this much at the gym and I spent 1 hour doing this and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And that's how a lot of high achievers think. Like, we attach a lot of things that we do and how much we do it to our identity. And so, God forbid that, for example, me, in a span of 2 weeks, my ideal situation is I have worked out 6 days a week at least. I've done strength training 6 times over a 2 week period, right? But
Yes.
but for me, it was a real struggle for me, and you might be struggling with that thing too. You probably are. I'm sure you are. Let me tell you something, and you can ask Dela. Like I struggled with this, and I told her, I was like, Dela, I feel like maybe I should have paused my program with you at this time. I feel like I quote unquote wasted it. Can you imagine? Like it's not like I didn't show up at all. I did. I got a lot of steps in. I slept when I could. I worked out when I could, and I still felt like, man, I'm failing at this thing. Dela, do you remember how you responded to me and what you told me about how this is actually the time to continue in the program? If you can share
Yes.
with everyone.
Yes. So the time that we always feel like we are the busiest, so much so that we're like, if I can't be perfect, if I can't be doing it all right, I shouldn't be doing it at all. Like, I want to hit a board. You're a perfect example. You hold yourself to a really high standard. And if you're like, if I'm not crushing it, I just want to completely evade. But the truth is, like, life is always going to be like that. Life is always going to have crazy busy weeks. Honestly, especially if you are somebody that's high achieving and you've set really high goals for yourself, there's probably more and more stressful and busy times in your future. And if every single time life gets busy, hectic, different, your environment changes, you hit the abort button, you are never going to learn how to be adaptable in those different situations and environments, and how to maintain baseline health habits to keep yourself going and keep yourself healthy long term. So I always like to tell clients those are the best weeks to try. And trying is not defined as being perfect. Trying is defined as trying. Like, you adapted, you focused on sleep, you focused on your steps, you got home workouts done, you started work exercising in a different way. But now you learned what you can do when you're out of town for 2 weeks and you lose your gym membership. You now have experience and a blueprint for what to do in the future. Had you actually just paused and said, like, no, 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 I'm just not going to participate in health right now at all, you would have no information. So the next time that you're faced with travel or moving or being busy, you stop again. And then every time you're busy, you're a starter and a stopper. And so you're just cyclically like, oh, I feel kind of healthy. Oh, abandoned ship. Oh, I feel kind of healthy. Oh, abandoned ship. Not only are you never going to achieve like peak physical performance and health, but it's also probably going to be really difficult to ever achieve like your physique goals. That way either. And that's how people get stuck in those cycles of being a start stopper forever. And what you did on this recent trip was like break cycles like that and learn how it can look different. And I'm actually highly adaptable. And now I know how to do that.
Yep. Yep. Totally. Oh my gosh. I now have some kind of blueprint, and I feel like,
Yeah.
in the next 6 weeks or so, I have another trip coming up, and it's just a different mindset going into that trip. Like, not only do I know that, hey, Kepo, you might not be able to hit everything the way you would if you were home, but it's
Yeah.
okay to do home workouts. And I think I might approach it differently. Like, okay, maybe I'll even look forward to the home workouts because I know that this is what is actually this is going to work for me, and it's going to have some kind of compound effect. And yeah, I had to go through that. But you all, there is something that you might not be catching on to here. So I am going to make it so clear you can't miss it. The reason why I was able to get through those 2 weeks that was just very, very intense is because I had a coach in my corner. The 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 mistake that I see a lot of people making is they go at this thing alone, and they don't value having a coach in this area of life or in other areas of life that that it's not like it's not second hand for you. I think the only
Yeah.
place where we don't need a coach is eating out. But well, no, but seriously, like, because I had a coach in my corner and I am part of a community of other people who are also in some kind of fitness or health or weight loss, weight gain, whatever body tone journey, um it helped. It really, really helped. If I were doing it alone, all the stupid things, the dumb lies I would have told myself, I'm busy. Okay, when I get back. Okay, on Monday. What is it? What is it with us and dates? September 1st or Monday,
Yes.
just
Monday, especially.
start on Thursday, September 4th, like in the afternoon. You start as soon as you're convicted, and you get a coach. You work with a coach. And for me specifically, this is a shameless plug. I'm not even ashamed to say this. I specifically work with Dala, and I specifically absolutely love DLD Nation. That is the name of our business, because it's not just Dala. Dala found a way to clone herself in many different types of coaches, and they all have like this different expertise. If you're like a lady and you want like specific hormonal help or whatever, they have it on their team. If you're a guy as well, they also help guys as well. They have guy trainers and they are just good. The reason why they are just good, or no, we don't do good. The reason why they are excellent. And if you're annoyed at this shameless plug, is because I'm triggering you and you need a coach. But the reason why they're good at this is because they help you make this thing a part of your life. Because life is going to continue to happen.